Building a brand takes a lot of time, it can be expensive, and there's no obvious return on your investment. So how do you measure the performance of your brand to give you this return on investment? My name's Stephen Titchener, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to measure your brand performance. So there are 4 key metrics to when you're measuring your brand: awareness, familiarity, consideration, and advocacy. These are the key metrics that you need to be looking at when you're building your brand and when you're doing your brand strategy and marketing. So let's go through these one by one. So awareness is looking at how people recognize your brand and how they remember it. So for companies like Google, their brand awareness is so insane that Google has become a word in itself, and people say, let me Google that. That's the idea of awareness, and that's what we're looking to do. We're looking for people to make you their number one. So how do we measure this? Well, there are 2 ways you can measure it. The first is to look at the direct traffic that's coming to your website each month. This is a great indication of people who are directly typing in your web address, your URL, and coming to your site. So they remember your brand, they know what you do, and they're coming directly to you. The second way is to look at the organic keywords that are bringing in traffic to your website. So if people are typing in your brand name and then coming to your website, again, that's another way to see the awareness levels of your brand. Next up is familiarity. So this is seeing what people know about your brand and if they even know what you do. There might be some brand names that people know, but they don't actually know what it is they do. So they'll go directly to your site to search for what you do and then realize that's not what they're looking for. So how we measure this is we look at our bounce rate and our time on site. So if you have an extremely high bounce rate, then you know that people aren't familiar with your brand and what you do. And again, if people are spending a lot of time on your site, again, that's a key indicator that people don't actually really know what it is you're doing. They're searching for these answers. So you need to start boosting the familiarity through your marketing tactics so that people who are coming to your site, they know what you do, they know where they want to be, and then they ultimately make a conversion whilst on the site. Next up is consideration. So this is looking at the purchasing intent for people who are coming to your website or people who are interacting with you on social media. What you're looking for is you're looking for people who are looking to buy your product or to get in touch with you directly. So every brand is going to have a different metric to measure this. And a lot of the time you can't measure direct sales because the brand itself isn't going to sell products unless you've got a super brand already like Apple or Nike. They just sell things because they have the name behind them. So as a company, you're probably looking for things like people clicking on a buy now or clicking on a contact button, and that's what you're looking for. These show that people are interested in your brand and they're looking to buy what you're selling. So that's reinforcing the consideration stage of your content. The final metric is advocacy. So for this, you're looking for people automatically shouting about your brand to other people. So look out for social mentions, look out for your net promoter score, and just see who's mentioning your brand and how they're mentioning it. If they're mentioning it in a good light, then that's great. You've got a really great advocacy level for your brand. If they're mentioning it negatively, you do have advocacy in some way, but it's the wrong kind of way. You're getting promotions, but that's not what you want. You want people to be telling others about how great your brand is, how great your product is, how great your service is. So that's where the advocacy level comes in. Ultimately, you need to measure all these metrics together to really bring your brand profile together and to really understand where it's doing well and where it's not doing well and how you can improve, and if there are any opportunities for your brand to improve on. But also remember that your brand isn't just a logo. It's everything you do. It's your customer service, it's your product, it's your social media content, it's your website, it's the colors, it is the logo, it's the way you speak, it's your tone of voice. These are all things that build a brand. So once you understand what is lacking within your brand metrics, you can start to think, what part of my brand do I need to affect to make these positive changes? That's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can start measuring your brand effectively today and start building it to levels that it's never been before. Remember to subscribe down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.